Hey everyone, it's Joseph Zabrowski. Just coming to you today with some really important information. Our online community has really become a dark place. I think a lot of people know that, especially over the last year and a half, especially due to the cryptocurrency uh, industry coming on the scene here. So what I'm going to share with you today is really important. It comes out of my own experience in dealing with major scammers online, some of the biggest online scammers in history. And so I'm going to give you the steps that you need to take if you are scammed online, okay? Now, this is kind of all born out of some news that I got a couple days ago. You know, I have been doing I have been doing videos. If you haven't seen my last 3 videos, are right here. Just go to my channel, Joseph Zabrowski channel, type it up in YouTube, and you'll go right to it. Okay, and if you go through these videos, you'll see a lot of detail and just overview information on a business called Travelada and their main man there, Phil Piccolo, who uses an alias name Felicity Costello. Okay, and if you go through those videos, you'll get a really clear understanding as to this guy and his cronies' tactics, as to how they scam people and what they have done in the past. They're presently facing an over $1 million lawsuit from Vista Network. They went in there, they contracted with Vista Network. They, upon doing so, they they stole over $700,000 in cryptocurrency. They also stole their client list and then advertised to their client list, and they locked Vista Network out of their own company's back office for their website. It's just unbelievable. Go to these videos and you can find out about it. But at any rate, what I want to share today is we need to start getting a movement together where we are putting these people in place. I know many of you have been scammed, thousands, if not millions of dollars. I know people who have been scammed out of millions of dollars, okay? And so I'm going to give you the steps today as to what you can do when you come across a scammer. Now, as I said earlier, I was getting to it, I didn't say it. This is all born out of the fact that after I did these videos, I just heard a couple days ago that Travelada has stopped paying their people, okay? They've stopped paying their people, and they're saying that they're going to resume paying them March 15th. Now, typically when that type of thing happens, you guys, it means one of two things. Number one, they may be, you know, it states that they're trying to accumulate money so that they can continue their Ponzi scheme. You see, if they were a real business that was producing and bringing in money through methods that they advertise about, then they would have the money to pay their people. But because if they're a Ponzi scheme, the essence of a Ponzi scheme is that they take money in from online affiliates and then they redistribute that money. Okay, so at some point they're going to run out of people coming in and they're not going to be able to redistribute their money. And that's the definition of a Ponzi scheme. Okay, so it usually means that they're trying to accumulate money because they're a Ponzi scheme. Or number two, they're getting their house in order so that they can step away and close the door, and guess what? You're out of your money. Now, this happens all the time. I'm sure it's happened to many of you. And, you know, upon doing so, you know, people like Phil Piccolo, you know, they still live they're they're living large, okay? Like Phil Piccolo here, you can see he has a $3 million mansion here in Florida. You can go right to the address. And I've also researched that he has a couple other houses, a couple other addresses. He always puts his homes in different people's names because he's been sued so many times. And he knows that if he is sued and somebody brings a judgment against him, they're going to try to put a lien on his house. But because his houses are in different people's names, they can't do that with him. And by the way, they do the same thing with their online business. As you see, Vista Network has brought a suit against not just Travelada. They brought a suit against Travelada, Phil Piccolo, Kevin Dalton Johnson, Paul Morris, and Joseph Reed because, see, they do the same thing with their business. They don't attach their name to Travelada, so that when a lawsuit arises, the people have to bring a suit against each one of them individually, which makes it more difficult. They know exactly what they're doing, and that is a testimony that they're seasoned criminals. They have done this over and over and over. They have stolen millions of dollars from people. And if you go through this blog, it's really pretty impressive, and you'll see all the details about Phil Piccolo, Travelada, and you know, all the different businesses, the different alias names that he has. And that's the other thing that you need to know as an online community. Like for example, this is a perfect example. Phil Piccolo never uses, you'll never see his face, okay? Except in long ago when he was, you know, younger, you saw his face. Let me show you here. He showed his face when his name wasn't tattered and tainted. But now it's been, you know, he's screwed so many people that he doesn't show his face. And that's an indication to you when you join any business online. If the main person is not showing their face, okay? Now I vetted this company, but I never saw his face, and I got his name, and he was the reason I joined because I thought he was a decent person. He talked a big Christian, you know, show, and I do a ministry, so I thought that this guy was for real, and it was the complete opposite. He uses God to stab you in the back and get your money. That's how he does it. So the fact that they're not showing their face is an indication, do not get involved. If the CEOs do not show their faces, do not get involved. Make sure you also know who the CEOs, because in this case, it's even more of a chameleon-like business in that he positioned himself in such a way where he said to me that he wasn't one of the leaders of the company. He just rubbed elbows with the leaders. So he lied about that, where you can see in the case, he's the main guy. Visa Network sues Phil Piccolo and Associates for fraud. Okay, he's the main man, but yet he said he wasn't even the main man. And so I had no idea that he was using an alias name, and these are the things that you have to be aware of. But chances are, if somebody does not show their face, okay, if they're using an alias name, they're not going to be showing their face. Okay, and the fact that they're not showing their face, that's a red flag for you to run from that company. Do not put your money on the table. Okay, I'm speaking from experience. Now we're gonna get to the meat of this, which is what you need to do if you've been scammed online. Now, I don't know how many people are. They say Travelada says that they have over 200,000 people. Okay, so I'm not sure that all those are affiliates, but at any rate, if you get scammed with this company, and basically if you research this guy, you will see he's doing the very same things that he has done in the past, and that's why the saying goes, history repeats itself. So you know, he's asking people for, you know, send $5,000 to me and you'll have a certain amount of money by the end of the year and we'll pay you. You know, I've been told, you know, people who have sent $5,000 to them, they've gotten like one payment for $500 over the course of many months. Okay, and this is how they do it. And he likes you to send your money directly to him. Okay, and that's always a red flag too. I actually went along with it. And whenever they're having you send money directly to them, scam, 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 red lights should be going off in your mind, okay? But if they do what they have done in the past, and that is going to leave their people high and dry and still end up stealing millions of dollars from their people, this is what you need to do. And my friends, you need to do this we need to do this as an online community, because the quicker we can get these criminals, these outlaws out of our community, the quicker our community can thrive again. Okay, these are the people who are bringing distrust in our community. Okay, so we need to rid them. They need to be in prison where they belong. Okay, so our objective is to put these online scammers in prison. Number one, you always file a police report. First step. Okay, in this case, Travelada is located in Palm Beach. So we do online businesses, so if you're in a different state, that's okay. Go to your local police station, file a police report, and let them know that they can deal with the Palm Beach sheriff if they need assistance. So get the Palm Beach sheriff, get their phone number, and just have their name written down on a piece of paper, and let your local police station know that this is where this company Travelada is located, and these people are located. So they can work with the Palm Beach sheriff if they need to do that. But that's number one. In any due process, most due process, if you're going to be doing due process regarding any company or person, you have to have a police report. If you don't have that, nobody's going to take you seriously, like when you start getting into the agencies. Okay, so once you have your police report in place, you then submit complaints to online agencies, such as the FBI, the FTC, SEC, if it's securities related, Consumer Protection Agency, BBB, Attorney General in the state where the company is located, Consumer Affairs in the city the company that you're dealing with is located, the EConsumer.gov, Scam Alert, and other groups online. There's a whole host of groups online that, monitor scams online, okay? So once you have that police report, these agencies are going to take you more seriously, okay? And also, the next step is to start going to the press, going to your local, state, and federal media outlets, newspapers, television, news stations. You have that police report in place, so it's a signal that investigation is being conducted, and you take your story in detail to these people so that the spotlight is shined. You see, evil, Satan and evil, they hate when light is shined on their crimes. When light is shined on their crimes, they go running like the cockroaches they are into their little crevices. They go under the rock where they came from. Okay, so the whole idea here as an online community is to shine the light on these criminals. Many people have been scammed online, and we need to clean up our community. It's our duty to do it if we want to be able to do good business in the future. So once everything that I just stated is established, then bring forth your lawsuit. Don't hesitate to bring forth a lawsuit. Okay, the idea is to get these people in prison where they belong. Okay, now, so I hope that makes sense to you. I just want to say a few other things. If you go through this, you will get an idea of who you're dealing with in terms of Travelada, all the people who are in Travelada. You need to go through this site. I'll put the link below this video. I'll put many links that I've shared with you here below this video. I'll put this link as well. As you can see here, these people have all been scammed by Phil Piccolo. He's the guy who calls himself Felicity Costello, and he has various aliases that he has used over the years. And you can see actual emails from Phil. One of the things that they talked about in this post here on this website is that they have actual emails from Phil Piccolo, and you can just see the nastiness. He actually is talking. Read these, and you'll see that he's hinting or implying that he wants one of these guys who has shine the light on his crimes. He wants him to be killed. He wants him to die. Go through this, and you will read it. And so he's implying that. But he says, because I'm such a good Christian man, I could never do such a thing. But he's implying that that's what he wants. Now, if you go to this site here, there's an actual post, I think it's on this site, where somebody talks about Phil Piccolo actually setting one of his enemies. He set up like a little hit on him through other people because they were shining the light on his crime. So these are the type of people that we're dealing with. I mean, you can just see some of the words being used here. This is what Phil says, eat crap and die. I'll just read part of this. Let's see here. I'll just read the beginning of this. Where's my apology, Mr. Liar? You are a one-man idiot. Just give me my apology and drop dead. The day you die, MLM leaders around the world will all celebrate. And I will have a big party on that day. Now, please apologize and then drop dead in that order, please. And he says, eat crap and die, scumbag. I told you, Robert Scumbertus. I told you, Robert Scumbag Burtis. Eat crap and die. You are worse than Osama bin Laden. He does not know the people he tries to destroy. You are the most wanted man dead in MLM. Or, by the way, eat crap and die. I guess if I was this ugly, I would hate my mother and be angry at the, it says WOR. Yeah, I bet you inherited their cancer in your heart. You are demonic in your ways. Can you believe that the very demon is calling somebody demonic? You are possessed by demons. Your actions against Christians proves it. You're an ass. Eat crap and die. You are probably poisoned. You probably poisoned your parents. Yeah, my parents are still living, and they are good people. Yours are probably in heaven since they had their punishment given birth to you. You confess your sins against being born was your first sin. But then you probably gave your parents cancer. What did you do? Feed them rat poison? In all my life, I have never met someone as evil as you, that you have no regard. You know nothing of my life. Now you bring in your sleazy wife to our communication. Describe sleazy, married to Bob Burtis. Eat crap and die. This is the guy that you're dealing with, okay? It's amazing. But go ahead, read through this, and it'll enlighten you, especially those in Travelada. This is the leader of Travelada, okay? So just wanted to share that with you. So please take the information, you guys, use it, especially that information that I shared with you up front here. These are the steps that you need to take in order to put these people where they belong, in prison. Until next time, take care and God bless.